Hello, my name is Ernest Marsden. I am a former student at the University of Manchester, and I worked on the Geiger-Marsden experiment where our team worked to discover more about the model of the atom. At the time of our experiment, the plum pudding model was widely accepted. During this experiment, we intended to test and confirm the plum pudding model, and instead the data confirmed that we found a completely different, more accurate model of the atom. This representation described many physics topics more accurately. The entirety of the Rutherford Goldfoil experiments were performed at the physical laboratories of Manchester University. This is where I began my schooling as an undergraduate student and worked in the labs with both Hans Geiger and Rutherford. When we were working on our Goldfoil experiments between 1908 and 1913, many technological advancements were being made, one of them being the introduction of the Ford Model T, which completely reinvented transportation and industrial manufacturing. Other things that happening at this time included political events that would later lead to World War I, and the field of physics was also improving at the time, which we were involved in, bringing the topic of modern physics. While working on the Goldfoil experiment, I was under the leadership of Hans Geiger and Ernest Rutherford. Ernest Rutherford did much of the theoretical research involved in order to run these experiments, and Geiger and I worked to physically run the experiments and ran thousands of tests in order to confirm the accuracy. During this experiment, I spent many hours in a dark room firing alpha particles at thin foil sheets, ran thousands of tests, and collected data. I collected all of this data and analyzed it very carefully in order to make sure that our results were accurate and true to what the test was proving. In 1908, when I first began working on this project, I did not know that the results would lead to an entirely different view and representation of the atom. This model led to more accurate data that could be confirmed in other tests and led to further experiments in nuclear physics and modern particle physics. These unique reactions occur and can only be represented with the modern Rutherford model of the atom. After working on the Goldfoil experiments, I began research on developing techniques to use sound range technology to locate enemy artillery in World War I. I later developed radar technology for New Zealand.